Good evening, my darling batlings. How's everyone doing today? Or should I say good afternoon, my darling batlings, because for once I'm not streaming at night. I'm glad to have Kier with me once again. It's been quite a while.
Yeah, for those who was wondering why I was MIA, I got sick really bad. Throat was killing me. I'm mostly over it now. Just itchy throat here and there, some coughing. Oh, and I do got some good news. I got some new glasses.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
you said that in my chat the other day.
Yeah, I can see molecules, and I can also, for some reason, hear the walls.
Sounds normal to me. So yeah, we are continuing Devil May Cry 5 today. When we last left off, Nero was about to get murked by Urizen, but was saved at the last minute by a mysterious demon.
I guess you could say you're in trouble.
We're about to see just who that mysterious demon is, and if he's friend or foe. All right, here we go. And once again, I've swapped out some mods to make the game crash.
Magical. Ten out of 10 would play again.
Wouldn't be one of my streams without something going wrong.
Dude, you should have seen what happened when I was testing out some Skyrim mods a while back. And how much I would crash the game. I would crash my entire PC. And we're talking about old school Skyrim. That's the only one with the workshop. I didn't feel like putting in the mod loader and all that. Like,
understandable.
Still, the mod I need to get, because remember the idea I told you about combining GTA with Skyrim, making a little art thing? Yeah, I need to do that.
All right, take two. Yeah, you can already see one of the things I did on the title screen.
Oh, yeah.
You guys kept on comparing him to Kylo Ren, so I made him Kylo Ren.
The only way that would make this better if we threw in like an old PS2 model of Uncle Ben, so we could have Kylo Ben. He got tired.
Actually, I don't think there are any PS2 models of Uncle Ben, because as far as Spider-Man games go, the only time Uncle Ben has appeared is in pre-rendered cutscenes.
Oh, wouldn't they be able to use that?
No, pre-rendered means it's like all CGI. So it's not actually in the game. It's not actually an in-game model.
I was going to say they could use that and put bones, but yeah, you're right.
More Morrison.
Could have.
I love that suit.
News and some bad news. Pick your poison. Which you want to hear first?
Oh, you have the donuts, man.
Mega Man Burger subscribed for 9 months in a Bro, that makes it a that makes you the second parent of one of my stream babies. Also, I gave Dante the froggy chair from Animal Crossing.
You notice the electric?
I actually like that. He's the kind of guy that would wear that would have that.
So what's the good news?
And you know, he's a little bit of dialogue that you might have missed was they referenced Patty from the Devil May Cry anime, who was sort of like Dante's tag-along kid sidekick for that anime.
Okay.
And she makes a vocal cameo in this game, in this very cutscene. Like, all this is a flashback to, like, how Dante got roped into this game's nonsense.
Oh, okay.
Devil May Cry.
And there we go, Patty.
Like a zillion. Oh my god, tonight's my birthday party. Yeah, I'm turning 18. Not a little kid.
I would love a phone like that, honestly. Wouldn't you?
Yes.
I'll take you up on that gig, but only if you can get me out of that hellish birthday party.
Consider your RSVP declined. Meet your new client. Listen, I'm gonna find a lady and Trish. Bring him in.
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren, I don't think you're supposed to hold your lightsaber that way.
It's a big job. Big job, Dante.
I'm pretty sure he's burning himself at the same time he's burning his hand. But the Force could only do so much.
So, what's your name?
I have no name.
Burns, wait. It's the Bible?
2 days old.
A kid's bibble.
Oh,
That's
God.
the Bible.
Just kidding. You can call me V.
Okay, V. Why don't you tell me everything about this job?
A powerful demon is about to resurrect, and we need your help, Dante.
Now that's a familiar tune. Do you have any idea how many times I've heard that exact same line?
This is special.
Special. Okay. So what's so special about this one?
This demon is your reason.
He's burning both his hands now at this.
Your reason for fighting.
This demon got a name?
Foreshadowing. See, we don't get to hear him say Urizen's name, but if you read his lips, that is not a U sound he's making.
It's an F sound or a V sound.
That's a V sound.
I think part of me wants to just have him say, like, fuck you, like he's whispering under his voice. Just be an asshole. Like, I'm the client. Fuck you. Nightmare combo.
I think I'm good on techniques. Oh, you have to buy another technique before you can use that.
And that's when I see the title of it, I just happen to think those combo videos on YouTube for
Soul Calibur.
Well, yeah, well, every fighting game, but I immediately thought Nightmare.
Yeah, Nightmare's the name of his one of his 3 familiars.
I was thinking the same thing.
These are returning demons from Devil May Cry 1 as well. They're called nobodies.
Well, then I guess we keep going.
No, I wonder if these nobodies are stronger than the ones in Kingdom Hearts.
It's coming from the Clifots route. I need you.
Oh shit, Will Smith is back!
Oh, God.
I will never get rid of this mod, no matter what you say. Oh yeah, and Dio's our announcer this time.
Oh.
Because I just finished part 1 of JoJo last night.
Oh, how was it?
It may sound weird to say this about a series as campy as JoJo, but it legit got me emotionally invested. I'm streaming early today, yeah. Didn't have anything better to do since I've been spending all day cleaning. And, I didn't want to keep Kier up for too late.
Bro, that looks like a Final Fantasy monster.
And it's called a behemoth.
Oh my God. Actually, I take that back. It's a combination of Final Fantasy and Jak 3. If you remember the desert, one of the first monsters had the eco cannons on his back.
Yeah.
It reminds me of those.
I don't remember a lot about Jak 2 and 3 because I haven't played those beginning to end nearly as much as I've done the first Jak and Daxter.
Same here.
Like, I know that critics at the time said that, like, the first Jak and Daxter was, like, okay at best, and Jak 2 and Jak 3 were better. I have the opposite opinion. I think Jak 2 is too hard and punishing for its own good. And Jak 3 is just okay.
Yeah, like, Jak 3, I feel, has the better curve. Jak 1 is honestly my favorite. And
Jak 1 is my favorite of the series because it actually knows what it wants to be.
Exactly. Jak 2, I rented it. I have the trilogy. I didn't get too far in it, honestly. So I really can't say too much in my opinion. And Mega Man is a pretty fun series. I love the Gothic theme, part 1.
Yeah, talking about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
I love that.
Because pretty much everyone in the Star Production server is a JoJo fan. And I've just recently gotten into JoJo.
I love Gothic art and all that.
Like, it's got a Gothic theme to it because it's set in Victorian England.
Yeah, and you already know me, I am steampunk.
Or at least part 1 is set in Victorian England. The cool thing about JoJo is that, like, each series follows a descendant of the Joestar bloodline, and as such, the time period keeps on changing.
Yeah. But you would think I would be more into JoJo. Like, I love the memes out of it. But I'm more Fist King Roa, Fist of the North Star. That's just me.
Well,
you know?
part 1 is basically just Fist of the North Star.
Okay, yeah. Then that means that's probably gonna be my favorite season then.
Like, it's not until, like, to my understanding, it's not until, like, part 2 or 3 that JoJo starts doing, like, the stands and all that kind of stuff.
So yeah, you're basically telling me season 1 though is gonna be my favorite then.
Yeah, part 1 is like very Fist of the North Star, right down to like instead of using stands, he uses like a mystical energy called Hamon, which is presented very similar to like how Kenshiro uses his martial arts techniques, except there's an actual, like, in-story explanation for why people explode.
Okay. Basically,
and instead of post-apocalyptic, it's Victorian.
Yeah. Basically, it's the pressure points in the body for Fist of the North Star. And Mega Man said yes, season 1, year 1 to 3 is Fist of the North Star-ish, and then it becomes its own thing. They also asked, who's your favorite character?
I've only seen part 1 so far. I'm going to start part 2 later today. But so far, like, I feel it's kind of cheating to say Dio because he's, like, the iconic character of the series. And he's, such a magnificent bastard. Like, you never feel sorry for him, and I'm okay with that. But, like, if I weren't going to go with the easy choice and say Dio, then it would have to be Speedwagon.
Yeah, Speedwagon, I think even today is still considered like one of the top 5 like favorite characters.
Like he's the author Araki's favorite character in JoJo.
Guess who? Okay, JKR said.
Guess who just pre-ordered the 2 Transformers 2-packs from Amazon? Would it be you? Yeah, Hasbro just announced 2 2-packs for later this year. They're Amazon exclusives. They're both based on like pre-war Cybertron from the IDW comics. One is Orion Pax and Senator Shockwave. And the other one is Megatron when he was still working in the Cybertronian mines. And Senator Ratbat.
Why does Senator Ratbat sound amazing?
Well, Ratbat was one of Soundwave's cassettes. This is Ratbat before he was turned into one of Soundwave's cassettes.
Okay.
When he was like a corrupt senator in the Cybertronian government. Same thing with same thing for Shockwave, because in the IDW comics, Shockwave didn't always look like you associate him with. Like, the whole Mono Eye thing was part of him being lobotomized as a punishment for his corruption. But what it ended up doing was fucking with his mind, so he, like, started operating purely on logic with no emotion.
But they actually meant for me.
Oh, he meant here with Fist of the North Star.
I forget a lot of the character because my introduction was via the movie, but I do love Fist King Roa as well. Like, I love how badass Roa is, but my favorite, and I love also how badass Kenshiro is, right? But ignoring the main characters, I hate what's his name, Jabi, the guy who basically kidnapped Kenshiro's girlfriend and all that. I hate him because like that was like he's like, dude, you were my brother. What happened, dude? But I can't remember his name, but he basically would just scratch you, and like your whole face would just be like. It'd be like your face got hit with like 12 blades. It just like fall apart.
That's one of the scenes that like, you know how the Lost Media Wiki is doing that search for the uncensored cut of the Fist of the North Star movie?
Yeah.
That's one of the scenes that was censored in the theatrical release that we found an uncensored version of from both the trailer and from an Italian VHS release.
Oh, and Mega Man, this is Ray. Yeah, Ray is also like a really cool bro. I love his sense of justice.
Don't really care too much for it. I think it's weird that they're giving us another Orion Pax right after we just had an Orion Pax 2-pack. Like, literally just a few months ago, we had a new Orion Pax. Give it a rest.
You're going to eat your Orion Pax and you're going to like it.
I know about, and the Orion Pax we just got a couple months ago is pretty good because JKR got it for me. Well, technically he didn't get it for me. He ordered it for himself, and they accidentally sent him 2, so he gave me the other one.
That's still what's up.
Yeah.
Like, I had a little extra money, like, you know Madi, right? You remember him?
Yeah.
So, we were just talking about being horny on Main, joking around about, Wallpaper Engine. But I was showing him, like, some of my genuine awesome ones, right?
Yeah.
He ended up liking it. I asked him a couple days later, did you happen to get it? And he's like, no, I haven't yet. So I ended up getting it for him. And the message was like, fuck you, love. Yeah, Jack is a pretty awful brother. And and the worst North Star user, so he just had this is a shotgun and said, "Yeah." Then he ended up catching like the top of the roof on fire as well, if I remember right. He tried to burn Kenshiro alive and shoot him. Like, he's my favorite character to loathe in the series.
How the fuck am I supposed to kill 20 demons and kill all these demons in 20 seconds? Like, I know I'm supposed to use Nightmare, but Nightmare acts on his own. So
Jesus Christ.
okay, there we go.
That's brutal. Just backstepping, air dashing.
Yeah, like V gets a lot of shit for having a slower playstyle than the other characters, but I love playing as him.
Like, dude, you can combo for days. I love his combos.
Yeah. And what makes him unique compared to a lot of other hack and slash characters, well, hack and slash is a term that like Dove brought up isn't really a good way to describe this genre. So compared to a lot of action game or spectacle fighter characters, is that he doesn't attack directly. He uses his familiars to deal the damage, but he has to deliver the killing blow personally.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, having his face cave it, yo, 100%.
Go.
Let me ask you this, Mega Man. What is your favorite scene in Fist of the North Star? Why does hurt Mommy Dearest?
Yeah, that's a little foreshadowing. Because remember, V is basically at his old hometown right now. I'm not delving too much into spoilers, because Mega Man Burger here already knows how it plays out. But none of my co-commentators have ever gotten into the Devil May Cry series, so I'm leaving some things unspoiled. Unsullied, you could say.
I don't like spoiled milk. Oh, is it spoiled milk in my cereal?
I mean, I speaking of things that were spoiled, I narrowly avoided giving myself food poisoning by like almost cooking spoiled meat for burgers.
Oof.
Like, I was starving, I was tired. I just got the burgers out of the fridge, and I put it in the air fryer, and then I take a closer look at it. I'm like, wait a minute, is it supposed to be brown before I've cooked it?
Oof.
And then I like give it a sniff. I'm like, is it supposed to smell like alcohol?
Yeah, if it's brown beforehand, it's normally oxidization. But yeah, if it smells like that, yeah. I actually almost got well, not almost, because it's not my fault, but I actually did eat something that was technically expired.
I have too.
Yeah, it was at the store. I think I did a thing on it on either your server or on Twitter. You know the Campbell's chicken noodle soup?
Yeah.
I got one of the cup ones because I was like, you know what, I'm not feeling too good, something cheap, something very simple. It was a month out of date, so I went back the next day and showed them, and because they know me, they know I'm very chill, very relaxed. I'm not like off the wall, right?
Yeah.
They let me have one of the ones that was in date for free because I had consumed the entirety of the one that was. They're like, yeah, we got you, don't worry. Which is, it's nice of them, you know. And also letting them know which ones were about already expired and was about to expire. They were very appreciative, you know.
I got a bad feeling about this place.
Oh, gaslighting everyone that hit Kenshiro. Okay, so we have some scenes that are somewhat in common. My favorite scene was when they thought that the guy Kenshiro was like a fan, and they hand the guy an axe, and they said chop his head off, and he goes and chops the other guy's head off. The guy that handed him the saw blade. That is literally the funniest moment in the entire movie.
Yeah, you know what that makes me think of, and it's a true real life story. Not my real life, but someone else's real life. Did you know that Dolly Parton once entered a Dolly Parton lookalike contest and lost to a drag queen?
Oh my god. That's actually kind of funny.
Also, the track list is out for Dolly Parton's new album. And holy shit, she got the Beatles back together.
Oh my god.
The remaining Beatles, I should say.
Yeah, I know
Paul
what
and
you
Ringo.
meant.
Yeah.
I know what you meant.
She's doing a version of Let It Be, and she got them back together for it.
Nice.
Like, everyone's excited for everything on that album, except for the fact that one of the guest artists is Kid Rock.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, please cut the Kid Rock track. You've already got 30 songs on this album. You've got more than enough.
I think at this point, because I think it was, I don't know what's going on, but I think it's trying to get money back.
She just started working on this album last year after she was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's her attempt at a rock album because she felt that if she's going to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, then she needs to do at least one rock album.
Take Kid Rock out. What's a bad name? Power Man 5000?
Power Man 5000? Spider One. That's his name.
Yeah.
He's the lead singer of Power Man 5000.
I
would say like to fit more in with the kind of like, white trash country feel. I would say close to Power Man 5000 because he's Spider One's brother, Rob Zombie.
Oh, dude, hell yeah.
Because Rob Zombie's all about that white trash metal, but actually making it cool instead of sounding someone cosplaying as white trash.
Dude, get them both together to do a song with her.
That would be that. I think that would actually be the first time that those two brothers had ever collaborated on a song.
That would be amazing, though, wouldn't it?
Correct. Yeah. And I know that Spider One's voice isn't exactly in the best shape, because if you look at more recent live performances, for example, When Worlds Collide, if you look at some more recent performances, you can tell that he's really straining his voice to do the screams. And it seems it's less that he's getting old and his voice sucks, but it's more like he didn't take good care of his voice, do proper healthy screaming techniques, and now it's fucked his voice.
Yeah.
That may also be part of why they've changed their sound to a less heavy one.
Yeah. But I also thought of something else. I would love this. You know what else would be good? On that album, is there any ska rock on there?
No. It's all classic rock songs.
Seriously though, classic ska rock would be nice to have on there.
Yeah, get some Real Big Fish or Less Than
Oh,
Jake.
hell yeah. I love how you say Real Big Fish is the first option.
I mean, they are the only American ska band to do an anime theme.
What's game? What theme was it again?
Rave Master.
Oh yeah, it's been a minute. I'm trying to remember.
I mean, I don't blame you for forgetting it. All the Fairy Tail fans don't know what Rave Master is.
I'm one of the few that remembers it.
And I don't think it's ever gotten a proper home video release in America.
I don't think so.
Also, speaking of things getting proper home video releases, I found out that, just out of nowhere, Zatch Bell is on streaming services now. after not being legally available for a long time.
We need it. We need it. So, I just realized, too, the saws that guy has are Japanese saw.
Yep.
Those are considered some of the best saws you can actually own, because they tend to be a lot sturdier. Also, a lot sharper. I believe they supposedly have more teeth per square area.
Are they made out of that? Are they made out of that famous Japanese steel?
I have no idea.
That famous Nippon steel.
Honestly, I would love to. I should contact actually this YouTuber I love watching for like really technical stuff. Like, I'm about to blow your mind with some of the really nerdy shit, right?
Oh boy. Lord is risen today, hallelujah. Sons of men and angels say, hallelujah. It's your voice and triumphs for hallelujah. Voice and ready to see how Nico enters this time?
Yeah.
See how the van hits your eye like a big pizza pie. Samori. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling, ting-a-ling, as a bell bing, Mori. Tiki-ti-tay, say Samori. Scrum scream, Mr. Moray. I feel like John Dacre is the perfect music to accompany this.
Me, but you see, back in old Napoli, that's amore.
Still not gonna buy anything because next level, I believe, is when we first play as Dante.
Okay.
Actually, I could buy a purple orb. There we go. Now I've got all the purple orbs you get from the store and all the blue orbs you get from the store. The only ones I have left to get are the ones you get from fragments. And it's not like I'm going to get all of them, because that requires doing all the secret missions. And one, I don't even know where all those are. And two, I doubt I have the skill needed to beat all of them.
You know what they say? Skill issue. I think that Smog is looking up like,
I'll be taking that back. You know your endless worshipping isn't making the Sparta any happier.
So instead of, like, a proper boss fight here, we just have to fight all the nobodies. Which should be simple enough. Nobodies were a pain in the ass in Devil May Cry 1. Because, they exploded on death, which would damage you if you made contact with their exploding body. They could drop eyeballs all over the place that exploded, and they could put on masks that temporarily powered them up.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
But as a counter to that, they only appeared at the very end of the game. after you've already gotten the Double Sword Sparta, which like, in my most recent playthrough of Devil May Cry 1, I've come to appreciate the Devil Sword Sparta for its specific qualities instead of just viewing it as Alistair, but you don't get to use Devil Trigger. There we go. He was more successful at that than Kylo Ren was at anything he tried to accomplish. Have a good day, Lord Megatron.
Have fun, man.
Tell Widget I said hello and give her treats for me.
Also a treat from me as well. With a head pat.
And a belly rub. And some beepus.
And a steak. Don't touch it, it's Soul Edge!
I mean, genuinely, you have to be strong to wield the Devil Sword Sparta, because if you're weak in mind, body, or spirit, it'll kill you.
So we're not too far off.
And V is too weak in body to wield it.
This sword is still too strong for me.
So close, though. So close. You got a lot of heart, kid. You really do. But you're a bit of a sissy in the strength department.
I love Griffin.
Hey, no.
His voice actor passed away like a year or two ago, and that caught me off guard. But, like, Griffin is such a great performance to kind of go out on. Like, technically, like, okay. I can't remember his name, unfortunately, because I'm not too familiar with a lot of his work. But he did do a major Hollywood role that he did not get the credit he deserved for. And that is Venom in the first Venom movie.
Oh.
That was credited to Tom Hardy, even though it wasn't him. Just goes to show how voice actors continually get fucked over. Also, Dante's alive, he's just asleep.
I mean, wouldn't you want to take a nap?
After the beating that he got at the beginning of the game, hell yeah.
The Devil Sword Sparta was concealing Dante's presence.
Also, I heard that there's a special ending that you
Yes,
get.
there is. If you beat Urizen at the very beginning of the game during the fight you're supposed to lose, you get a special ending.
Only you could defeat yours.
Yeah, no.
If only.
I haven't seen it. I only heard about it. I don't want to spoil anything.
It's a text-only ending.
If only you knew.
Oh, and it was like they live happily ever after.
It's basically like the entire events of the game get avoided. Oh hey, V felt an instinctual need to try and kill Dante. Isn't that sus? Isn't that a little sussy-wussy?
He almost did a fucking wucky.
Well, fuck ol' boingo. I'm gonna quickly tamper with anti-aliasing, because I noticed I had that off, I believe. Oh, that's... Yeah, turn off FXAA plus TAA and just turn on TAA. FXAA is shit. It's weird that Devil May Cry doesn't allow SMAA as an anti-aliasing option without mods. Also, only time we've gotten to see Dante's mother in person.
You need to hide, Dante. No matter what happens, you mustn't leave. I need to find Virgil. I promise I'll be back. I know this is hard. You must listen to me. Be a big boy. A man.
His mama's pretty.
Yep, her name's Eva.
If I don't return, you must run. By yourself, alone.
Eva's appearance here is also a really clever instance of asset reuse, because since Trish canonically is supposed to look like an exact replica of Eva, they just used Trish's base model and gave her a different outfit and hairstyle.
For a second there, I thought you were gonna shish kebab me.
I know how stubborn you can be. I thought it might be the only way to wake you.
What day is it?
The 15th of June.
A month?
I'm just laughing. I actually went and looked at my calendar.
We gotta get going because that annoying pitbull Nero is making a beeline for Urizen, and if he gets there, he's gonna.
Hey, this is my gig. Leave Nero out of this.
If you could defeat Urizen, then I never would have dreamed of using that child.
Lammy Boy, welcome. Yeah, I haven't been streaming that much for the past week, so it makes sense that you haven't been here for about a week. I've been a combination of busy and ass-tired.
Oh, same here.
Okay, time for flashback to before the beginning of the game, but after the cutscene that we saw earlier.
I know. Smells like hot garbage.
This is far worse than I thought.
There's no crime in turning tail, V. These things might be a little too much for you.
You're right. I'll leave the rest to you.
What? Whoa, my, V. All the way down here and turning tail, really?
One must always have an insurance policy.
Who was that guy? Can't believe he just ran.
No one special? Come on. Let's go clean up this garbage.
First come, first serve on the targets, right?
Music to my ears. Hurry up, Dante!
That's right, it's time for the wacky woohoo pizza man.
Guess I get to see it with my own eyes. If it really is you.
Alright, we finally get to play as Dante.
Pizza time.
You know what Trick Design also reminds me of?
What?
The chick from, the ninja chick with the scythe from, the ninja game.
Rachel from Ninja Gaiden?
Thank you, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Rachel took some inspiration from Trish. Because, a lot of Ninja Gaiden's gameplay feels like it was inspired by Devil May Cry.
Yeah. Even though I think they tried to deny it, but...
Well, it's not that they tried to deny it, it's that, like, Itagaki and Kamiya got into, like, a huge dick measuring contest over whether Devil May Cry or Ninja Gaiden was better.
They still do, I think.
Like, well, Kamiya won that one because Itagaki's not really active in the game industry anymore after Devil's Third was a massive failure.
Sorry to get the cheer, man. Yeah.
God, we narrowly avoided a disaster with Dante's battle theme here because they released an initial version of it before the game came out, like a few months before the game came out. That was done by Suicide Silence, and it was fucking horrible. Plus, the lead singer of Suicide Silence was in a grooming scandal at the time. So Capcom had it re-recorded with, I believe, one of their like in-house sound design people.
Okay.
Like, the two main things that make the original worse are the vocals, where, like, it's some impressive screams, but the problem is he has no control over his screams, so his voice cracks constantly. And the other problem is the mix. The vocals drown out everything else.
So the producer in that one was like, eh. Another thing too that I was like the monsters that have like the praying mantis monsters, right?
Yeah.
There's 2 different models that would be cool for a mod.
Yeah.
And that would be actually 3 different, right? Scyther, Cleavor, and Lurantis. They're all praying mantis type Pokemon.
Yeah, I can see that.
I would say Cleavor.
I got a suggestion for a model swap for these enemies with the sides. You know, aside from Will Smith, of course.
Grim from Billy and Mandy.
Yes. I'm the Grim Reaper man. Why not use combo B for the sword? Because I never claimed to be good at this game. And because I've been playing so much Devil May Cry 1 lately that I've kind of forgotten Dante's combos.
But I heard that you are the best Devil May Cry player around.
I have never claimed that. Alright, we're going to get speed.
What about best Devil May Cry player in your castle?
It's a very narrow superlative, so I'll accept it.
Helicopter swing.
And I know any pros watching are going to be like, why aren't you abusing Royal Guard? Because I don't like to play defensively. I like to be reckless. I like to live on the edge, like Steven Tyler from Aerosmith.
The edge is a very dangerous spot to be.
You know what they say about always being on the cutting edge. It's very easy to slip off and get your junk sliced in half.
Gotta be careful of that tightrope then.
See, shit like this is why I love Dante. Using that demon as a fucking razor to shave his beard.
I mean, wouldn't you? Dude, I love how they're like basically armadillos.
Not only is he doing the spin dash, his name is Chaos.
The funny thing is, you like this tells us the difference in our generation. You guys immediately went Sonic. I was thinking like a bladed armadillo. Like I was thinking
three-banded armadillo. That's a cat.
Like I was also thinking like armored armadillo from Mega Man X.
Well, he is armored.
Yeah.
So it fits, and it is a Capcom game.
Yeah, like that was the main one. Like I immediately thought armadillo, then armored armadillo. Who has probably one of the most interesting things in Mega Man X?
The armor mechanic?
No, the like the jazzy song.
Oh.
music-wise, yeah. But you already know my favorite is still...
Yeah, because a lot of Mega Man X is, like, just rock and metal.
Yeah, like the jazz. It's like jazz with like a smooth... It's like smooth jazz with a little bit of rock element in it, and I love that. But you already know my favorite still is Storm Eagle's theme.
Yeah, Storm Eagle's just your favorite in general.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally an Eagle with an arm cannon with some wings. The design is so simple, right? But the stage is so creative at the same time.
Thing's gonna close if I don't hurry.
Like, the only other boss I would say that has a more interesting boss stage, like boss room, would be the Mammoth.
Flame Mammoth.
Thank you, because of the conveyor belts, you know. Like, that's the only other person I would say in that game, the most interesting boss room without going into the Sigma monsters.
Yeah, Flame Mammoth is an interesting boss just because there's so many ways you can fight him. And, like, the stage mechanics in, you know, where you beat one stage and, it affects, how you play another stage, like, Flame Mammoth gets the most noticeable and, dramatic effect that changes his stage.
100%. Dude, I like Storm Eagle is like who I go after second, because then if I wanted to say go after,
I go after Chill Penguin first just so I can get the the boots, and
yeah,
I used
too.
to play like in weakness order, but now what I do is I do Chill Penguin, then I do Storm Eagle.
Same.
So I can get that heart tank early, and a sub tank early, and it makes Spark Mandrill easier.
Well, the reason why I get the Storm Eagle second is because of the fact that for bigger enemies, it makes them butter. Like, let's say like you want to, let's say you are doing like a playthrough where you can't use the weaknesses on the bosses, right? And let's say you want to get done with the octopus, right?
Oh damn! Narrowly missed it.
Well, that option's off the table.
Oh well.
Still, there's got to be another route.
But you can easily take apart of the those little mini bosses in a couple of shots, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Flame Mammoth with the boomerang. Yeah. You can also cut off the searchlight in the octopus stage, those little mini bosses also.
And you can cut off Launch Octopus's tentacles with the boomerang.
Like, I love the little things they did in Mega Man X1. Like, they never really got to that little minor details like that ever again, really. And I think that's one of the reasons it sets it apart from any other Mega Man X game in the franchise.
Yeah, they kind of brought back the stage shift mechanic in Mega Man X3, but it's only for one stage.
Yeah.
And all it does is just move a box.
Yeah, it's either, like I said, it's either that or I might be thinking
it's not like you don't with the mini bosses in Launch Octopus's stage. You don't have to use the boomerang to destroy the searchlights on their heads. You can just like shoot at it and it'll destroy the searchlight. Okay,
so it makes sense that whenever I use it, I always use the Storm Eagle's arm cannon one. So that's probably what I'm thinking. Not only that, it was a good thing about Storm Eagle's weapon when they bring out the little spear type things that track you, basically. You could get rid of a good portion of them. But I think my favorite monster actually for the Mega Man X series, or in that stage, and that's like the little serpent thing you fight. where you can only hurt the head or tail. I love those little mini bosses. Because all it takes is literally like 3 shots of the tornado shot to kill them.
See, I always do it the hard way by like just using the regular buster. Because when it comes to Mega Man games, I often don't use special weapons in stages. I usually save them for the boss fights.
It really depends on the boss that I'm going after, or the stage itself.
Like, the only Mega Man games where I consistently use the special weapons outside of boss fights are Mega Man 1 and Mega Man 2.
I thought you were going to say X4 where you play Zero.
Well, not counting Zero, because those aren't special weapons. Those are extra sword techniques he learns.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, though. What is your favorite sword technique from X4?
I completely fucked that up. X4, I'm not sure about, because I feel like a lot of Zero's sword techniques in X4 aren't all that great. But if I had to pick one, it would be the like spinning aerial attack.
That one is my second favorite because I love using the rising fling, and then basically I could combo into that, or I can use the ice spear going down. Don't ask me how I play Mega Man X4 like a fighting game.
I mean, like if you think that feels like a fighting game, you should play Command Mission, where Zero's special attacks in battle are literally input using like Street Fighter commands.
Ooh, I like. Yeah, okay. Even their favorite Mega Man is a hoo-ha, the 3-slash.
Yeah, well, that's not a special sword technique. That's just your basic combo.
One that I feel is underrated is the where he pulls it out and does that long slash.
Oh, the Raijingeki?
Yeah, I destroyed
like,
some.
A lot of bosses are weak to Raijingeki for some reason. Well, I know the reason is because not all of the techniques Zero learns in X4 are offensive. Some of them are movement upgrades. Or like upgrades to his basic saber. So like they had to do double duty with boss weaknesses, so they just went with Raijingeki.
Yeah, the thing about that one too is I think it hits for the most, even though it's like a very lag heavy move, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the reasons
it does hit for the most because it's the only one that does like chip damage.
Yeah, it has the thing where you're first going into it, it extends like every point it extends. So yeah, the chip damage really adds up.
Yeah.
Not only that, it also lags the bosses a little bit. So you get some of that.
Yes, it does, because since it hits them multiple times, it makes them go into their guard animation repeatedly.
Exactly, and like, bruh, it has that effect that the you know how everyone used to use the technique to fight Yellow Devil.
Yeah, the pause glitch
thing. Yeah, it has that built in basically.
Yeah, unfortunately, that by the time X5 came around, and we had to fight basically a souped-up version of the Yellow Devil with the Shadow Devil, we didn't have an equivalent of that. You were just fucked. Especially if you were playing as Zero.
Fun.
Like, the Shadow Devil is legit the worst part of, well, not counting stuff that's based on RNG, it's the worst part of X5 to me. The worst part of X5 is how much of the game's story and, like, what ending you get is purely dependent on RNG. like, you can technically influence the RNG to some degree, but I feel like RNG should never be a factor in how the story plays out.
Yeah.
For anything, let alone a 2D side-scrolling platformer. Like, the one thing I know is that the game doesn't really make clear is that the easiest way to get the bad ending, where, you know, Zero turns Maverick and dies before the final battle, is to play the game strictly as X and not touch Zero at all. Because one of the variables that determines whether Zero turns Maverick is how often you've played as Zero. Another one, if you do play as Zero, is what's the word? How many virus heads you collect while playing as Zero. If you collect too many, then it increases your chance of getting the bad ending. There's so many ways to get the bad ending, and funnily enough, if you're playing the X Collection version, not the Legacy Collection, but the X Collection for PS2 and GameCube, if you're playing that version, the RNG is fucked up there, so it's a lot harder to get the good ending. And it's borderline impossible to get the ending where the Enigma cannon works on its first try. Which I know is a thing that can happen, because it happened to me once when I wasn't even trying to get it to happen.
So I have a question now. Isn't the Enigma cannon, like, the whole part, isn't that, like, timed to a certain extent?
The whole game is timed.
Yeah, I hate that. Can we move away from that?
Well, they only used that mechanic in X5. They never brought it back for a future X game.
Yeah, because no one liked it. I don't like feeling rushed in a game I never played before.
Well, the time mechanic didn't bother me too much, but if you're going for, like, a completionist run, it can be a huge headache because of how the ranking system works and how that affects item development. Because, like, the game does a shit job of explaining item development to you. What doesn't tell you is that, like, you don't start getting items actually developed in X5, no matter how you perform in a stage, until you're a high enough rank. And, like, it doesn't kick in until, like, a few hours have passed, which means if you want to get every stage's unique item in a single run, you have to intentionally game over a couple times. Just to, you know, run out the clock until the rewards start kicking in.
Yep. Bet I'll find something.
That's annoying. But like for me personally, like the whole reason I don't like time, it just makes me have anxiety. It's one of the reasons why I struggle to get into Majora's Mask. Yeah, I can turn back time as many times as I want, but I don't like the anxiety.
Alright, there's a very specific way you have to do this, and I'm not good at it. First try. Hey, it's Proto Rage. Welcome. Hey, it's Dante from the PS2 game Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. Technically, that was Devil May Cry 2 Dante that was in that game. Stinger for the charge attack works well, yeah, but you have to be specific with your timing on that. And I often get the timing wrong, as you saw.
Wait, Pet the Kitty, you added that recently, right?
Yes, I added that recently.
This is from Hey Arnold, isn't it?
Yes. Why do you ask?
Kitty. Do you want to pet the kitty?
That sound wasn't on there, so I had to add it myself.
The kitty. Pet.
Back here again. Shit, this place
Oh
is confusing.
man. Hey Proto, how's it going, dude?
I'm looking forward to the charity marathon in June,
Same.
which I will be participating in. Gotta figure out what exactly I'm going to have lined up for that.
Same.
I've got time to figure it out.
I also need to tell Proto about those games I told you before stream
Yeah.
as potential collab ideas for the charity event. Might be something to look into, right?
Yeah. You still have the game with its case, and it says on featuring Dante from Devil May Cry 2, yeah. What's stupid is that the HD remaster in the base game, if you buy the HD remaster, it doesn't include Dante, but you can get Dante, but now he's paid DLC.
Ew.
Like, I get it was a licensing issue because when Nocturne originally came out, Atlas wasn't owned by Sega. But, like, then they also made a lot of other stuff that was previously in the PS2 version paid DLC.
Yeah, getting close.
So, like, if you... The game's already, you know, kind of expensive for a remaster of a PS2 game with no real bells and whistles added. And then you have to pay for stuff to get, like... You have to pay extra to get stuff that was already included in the PS2 release.
I just thought of something else that would be cool for a mod.
Yeah?
These guys with a sword and shield could be, I think his name was Arthur from, Medieval.
No, that was, Sir Daniel.
Thank you, Sir Daniel.
Sir Daniel Fortescue.
Tell me that you would not live with a Sir Daniel model for these.
When you were saying Arthur, you were thinking Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins.
That's probably was, because that was something I mentioned earlier.
Or if you want to go with a more obscure Capcom title that features a character named Arthur as their main character, Knights of the Round.
Why does that sound familiar to me?
Because it's also the name of a Final Fantasy VII summon.
Well, it's the most powerful summon, but I'm talking about the actual game.
But it's an arcade beat-em-up based on King Arthur. Why no punch-kick weapon? Because I don't like using Balrog that much. Like,
yeah,
I could use Balrog. I just don't. I tend not to use the gauntlet weapons in Devil May Cry games all that much. I know they give Dante so many weapons, and I just stick with the sword.
Yeah, I remember this because one of the characters is also used in Street Fighter. Like I can't remember his name, but he's the character that thinks he's Japanese. Like they took inspiration from.
Oh no, that's a character from Final Fight.
Yeah, okay, the character from Final Fight.
His name's Sodom.
Yeah, Sodom. Like they took the design from Knights of the Round, inspiration from one of the monsters you fight with a giant hammer.
Yeah. I played Knights of the Round is one of my favorite arcade beat 'em ups.
I played it. It's not my favorite, but keep in mind I was like 4.
It's one of my favorites because it actually encourages you to pick up cash as you progress. Because that's how you level up your character. Knock at the door. Hold on. BRB, guys.
No problem. So yeah, the last time I think I played that game, I might have been about 4 or 5 maybe. So I don't remember too much about it. Like, I mainly play the Turtles in Time and the Simpsons beat 'em up game. Those were my favorite. Like the arcade that is about an hour away from me has both those games. And I believe there was a Power Ranger beat 'em up game that was also popular in the arcades. I think I may have rented the cartridge from Blockbuster. Which and I'm just aging myself heavy. Talking about things that's almost like 30 years ago. Oh, my back. I need that aspirin.
Sorry about that, guys. Had to put my clothes in the dryer.
Ah.
I know, I'm doing my own laundry like a peasant.
Why are you calling me a peasant?
I mean, I could call you a pheasant.
You want to eat me, what?
I mean, you do look like you would at least be lemon flavored.
I will be pineapple.
So what you're saying is not to put you on pizza.
Exactly.
And, game window disappeared. There we go. Basic, yeah, I am incredibly basic when it comes to my Dante playstyle.
Like, you...
Well, well.
Sitting there looking like a Thane from Skyrim.
Those are two of the most badass women in the world. And I only know one other guy who can defeat them. Jackpot.
Dante.
I love that his design is literally a lich.
I love that, for, like, the first phase of his, fight, or, you know, most of the times you fight him, to, illustrate, by the way, plastic chair. I keep getting caught off guard by that.
These things are comfortable, though.
But, I love how, to illustrate, like, how he's on a completely different power level than, everyone else in the Devil May Cry series right now. He doesn't even get out of his seat in order to fight you.
You know, like, I wouldn't know how many bosses are like this because Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah, Ansem in his armor.
Yeah.
Oh, Xemnas in his armor, I should say.
Yeah, like that. It's an underused trope.
Yeah. Also, this is me making a call-out post on Twitch.tv. I saw, like, some incredibly shitty, takes yesterday on Twitter from, on Twitter.com from this one account that was, like, saying some, you know, generally shitty things about LGBT people because they didn't like, because they are of the belief that Silvervale and Pikami were bullied into quitting their companies, which is very much not the case. But, like, you know you can disregard their opinion because it says in their username that they ship Terra and Xehanort.
That's the
anyone who's played Birth by Sleep knows that is not a ship that is valid.
Yeah, it's like
that's like unironic to bring it to like a more to bring it to a DC Comics comparison, because I know that Mega Man Burger will get this one. That would be like shipping Deathstroke and Terra.
Yeah.
And yeah, he does gain more power by sitting down in the chair. Except if you didn't mod it, it's supposed to be like a chair made out of like the stuff that the tree's made out of, as opposed to being a plastic deck chair.
Mahogany.
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 I mean, this is a tree. It's a tree from hell, so it's hell mahogany. Mahogany.
The plastic chair is much fun. Yeah, I agree.
The plastic chair is much fun. I didn't even know that the mod was supposed to. The mod said it only affected a later cutscene. I didn't know it was going to affect Urizen the first time I used it.
Bro, you know, I just thought of something. The only other chairs that would work would be the Blue's Clues chair.
Oh yeah.
And isn't there a chair in like Bear in the Big Blue House, something like that? Like a big chair.
I don't have much memories of Bear in the Big Blue House.
I'm just trying to remember because it's been
like
so long.
I was at the age where I would have been watching it, but that was so long ago that I just can't remember much of it.
Uh-oh, I see enough anime to know where this is going.
Well, we already know how this is going to play out because we saw what happened to Lady.
I know, but whenever you see tentacles,
but yeah,
yeah.
Didn't the streamers change companies, which is why they temporarily left? But it was Pikami that
enough's enough.
That temporarily changed companies. Silverveil just like left VShojo to go indie again, like she was in the beginning, as opposed to like it's not like Silverveil retired. It's just that she decided to go back to being indie, and so did Neanners.
Yep.
And so did Veve. Alright, so now we swap out Rebellion for the Devil Sword Sparta, because remember, Rebellion got broken. Let's be real, the people who were, Rebellion but bigger. Yeah, and, unfortunately, I don't think in Devil May Cry 5 it has, that ability it had in Devil May Cry 1, where it turns into a scythe.
I'm just laughing when it's Rebellion a bit bigger. That's what she said.
Yeah, Rebellion.
You knew that was coming.
Damn, a straight upgrade rather than a side grade. Yep. Look at this thing. You can tell that someone was a fan of, well, during the time that Devil May Cry 1 was in development, Soul Calibur 1 would have been the most recent game in the series. So, yeah, Nightmare would have been around. Okay, so it does turn to a scythe. It's just during this attack. I actually never noticed that part of its animation.
I have to double check my Soul Calibur 3.
Oh, and this, damn!
Oh.
I am learning. The more I learn how to play Dante, the more cool stuff I notice about his animations.
Oh my god. I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, another character that that make me think right now, and I need to do my research again. But I think this character's the last appearance was Soul Calibur 2, right?
Which
being
character?
Charade. Basically, took
Charade?
the form.
Charade appeared as an optional mini-boss in Soul Calibur 3, but apart from that, it's never appeared again.
Yeah, like Soul Calibur 2 is the last time you get to play as him.
Yeah, because every Soul Calibur game since then had its own Mimic character. Until Soul Calibur 5, where it had 3 Mimic characters.
Yeah, I like Charade, though.
I like Charade because his appearance changes depending on who he's mimicking.
Yeah, and it was all random, so if you were really good with everybody, no one could really counterpick you, you know?
Yeah.
I think that... So Charade, honestly, would be very interesting for FGC.
If you're going to use Round Trip, it's better to use a different weapon at the same time. Yeah, because Round Trip is... Round Trip in this game is like where you throw the sword, right? I think that's what Round Trip is in this one. Because I know Round Trip's effects sometimes change from game to game. Like, well, all of them involve throwing the sword, but, like, in some of them it's like you throw the sword like a boomerang. And in some of them it's like you throw the sword and it gets stuck in the enemy.
By the way, did you happen to see my message earlier about Nicolas Cage?
Yes, Nicolas Cage is gonna be in Dead by Daylight. I'm so excited. Finally gives me a reason to play Dead by Daylight.
Dude, that's literally my whole thing. When I saw it, I'm like, yeah. Now I think I'm gonna have to get it. In a trailer,
like, it wasn't any of the iconic horror, like, slasher movie villains, or the Resident Evil characters, or the Silent Hill characters that got me sold on it. No, it's fucking Nicolas Cage, because he's a legend.
Yeah, let me know when you get the game. I'll get it with you.
I've got it already. I got free with PS Plus.
Oh, you get it for the PS5, right?
I got PS4 version, but it's backwards compatible on PS5.
Oh, so I would be able to play with you then. Okay.
I mean, the thing about cross-gen PlayStation games on PS4 and PS5 is they don't have separate servers. It's not like the cross-gen between PS3 and PS4, where it was on a game-by-game basis.
Yeah.
Because the PS5 versions of these cross-gen games are usually just, like, enhanced versions, rather than like, separate ports altogether. Or at least for in cross-gen games that were released during the last gen, I should say. Obviously, like, say they add multiplayer to Mercenaries for Resident Evil 4 Remake, they're not going to add like, they're not going to make it so PS4 players can play with PS5 players, because the performance on both consoles is radically different.
Yeah.
You thought it was going to be Nick Cage from that Dracula movie, as Dracula from that Renfield movie? No, it's just Nick Cage. That's the best. Like, which Nicolas Cage? All of them.
Like my city's lively.
How much Nicolas Cage do you want in your Dead by Daylight?
Technically, because we're just playing as Nicolas Cage, that means we're also getting Big Daddy from Kick-Ass.
Oh.
You know, the best part of Kick-Ass.
Yeah. I really want to play this game.
And that also means we're getting Johnny Blaze from Ghost Rider.
Oh my god.
You know, Nicolas Cage doing his best terrible Texan accent.
Yeah.
Which, as someone who is technically from Texas, makes me laugh. Nicolas Cage was really good as Dracula in Renfield, by the way. I didn't see many people talking about Renfield. And I didn't get to see it when it was in theaters, but I do want to see it just for the novelty of Nick Cage playing Dracula. Like, legit, my favorite role that Nick Cage has played outside of, like, you know, his more serious acting roles. This is going to be one that most of you are probably not familiar with. But there was a fake movie trailer Do I know that weapon in this area? Yes, I do. But there was a fake movie trailer that Nicolas Cage made a cameo appearance in that was directed by Rob Zombie for a fake movie called Werewolf Women of the SS. And Nicolas Cage makes a cameo appearance in it as Fu Manchu.
Oh my goodness.
Like, he appears... It's, okay, so, like, you can find the trailer for it on YouTube. I can't show it on stream because it does have some booba in it. But, like, the thing behind it is that, like, if you're familiar with the movies Planet Terror and Death Wish... Not Death Wish, no, wait, fuck, I can't remember what it was called. It was a movie about, like, a woman who's trapped in a car with a crazy driver. They were made to be displayed as part of a double bill feature in theaters called Grindhouse. And in between the movies, they had trailers for fake movies, some of which ended up becoming real movies. Chief among them being Hobo with a Shotgun. And Machete was also originally a fake trailer that was aired during Grindhouse. One of those trailers was Werewolf Woman of the SS, where each trailer was directed by a different director, and the Werewolf Woman of the SS fake trailer was, here we go, secret weapon.
Ooh.
Where is it? Where is it? There we go. The Super Scope. It's actually supposed to be Lady's rocket launcher, but oh well.
So I just found something out.
Yeah?
There's a new Lego game that's a race.
There's a new Lego game that's what?
A racing game.
Okay. There's also that Disney racing game coming out. But I don't think anyone really gives a shit about that one because it looks like it's going to be a free-to-play live service game.
I haven't even heard about that.
It's called Disney Speedstar. Like, the only thing I know about is that, like, weirdly, there was a trailer for it during the, indie showcase for a Nintendo Direct. Where it's like, this is definitionally not an indie game, it's Disney. It's like, ah, yes, my favorite indie studio, the Walt Disney Corporation. My favorite independent movie mascot, Michael Theodore Rat. Dove would kill me if she heard me call Mickey Mouse a rat. She is the one who taught me that Mickey's full name is Michael Theodore Mouse.
Yo, she would hate the joke that regular Pat has. It's literally calling him Michael Rat.
I mean, Caddy calls him that too.
Yeah.
I couldn't find anything funny to do with the boss of this level, unfortunately, and I already used the Amogus Knights.
If there's only a Jada Smith model. Right?
Do you remember that Charles Entertainment Cheese said poggers once? I didn't know that, but I did know that you can easily find a video of Gilbert Gottfried saying poggers. May he rest in peace.
What a legend.
Yeah. The way he said it, too, like, the context in which he said it makes it even better. Because it's like, it was for one of those, like, Cameo requests, you know, on Cameo.com. And it was like, "Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and I have a message for Jeffrey Epstein. I saw what you did, and I have to say that's not very poggers."
That's the email I was looking for. Perfect.
Up we go, I suppose. Seems like the fastest route.
Speaking of Gilbert Gottfried, if you want to hear, like, the most uncanny valley audio thing ever, there's a clip from the Howard Stern show you can find on YouTube where it's a voicemail left by Gilbert to Howard. And it's him using, like, his real, normal speaking voice instead of the one they put on for performances. It's so weird to hear Gilbert Gottfried just sound like a dude.
So I can get a PS5 by using the PayPal checkout. The only thing that sucks is it'll cost me maybe about $30 more.
Yeah, because you have to pay it in
APR,
installments, right?
Yeah, the APR being 18%.
I went with the digital-only model because I don't have many PS4 games on disc, so I wouldn't be losing that much of my old library. And I still have my PS4, and like, I'm kind of a shut-in, so it's not like I would be going out and buying physical copies at, like, GameStop or something. Then again, who shops at GameStop?
I do. Hello, I've watched 2
Oh yeah,
stores
that's
away
right.
from
You have
me.
a guy at GameStop, so you're a special case.
Not only that, I still have like a lot of my discs, so it makes sense for me. But yeah, I need to check my subscription stuff. Like I think,
if you want, by the way, if you want to see like the video game mascot with the most cursed Twitter feed, look at the Twitter account for KO the Kangaroo.
Oh God.
Like, you know, good old KO the Kangaroo, right?
Yeah.
Like B-tier Polish video game mascot from the PS2, GameCube generation, who people only remember his second game because the first one was only released on PC and Dreamcast, and the second one was the only one to get like a real multi-platform release, and the third one was exclusive to Eastern Europe for years.
Yeah.
And they came out with a reboot last year. Like, I'm scrolling through Twitter.com, and I see a tweet from the official KO the Kangaroo Twitter account that says, please stop asking for pictures of KO's feet.
Oh God. I have no words. Also, you give me an interesting idea for like a little mini marathon.
KO the Kangaroo.
Actually,
B-tier forgotten B-tier mascots.
Actually, I would just go. I would say you can get more mileage out of Mascot Month.
You want to do Mascot Month just so you can have an excuse to stream Bubsy, don't you?
Yeah.
Because Bubsy was a mascot. And he still is today. It's just that it's technically not for the same company that it used to be.
Yeah.
Because like if you're not familiar with the extremely convoluted history of Bubsy,
oh lordy.
Like the company that Bubsy was the mascot of was a company called Accolade. And they went defunct, like after Bubsy 3D massively failed. The name Accolade was bought out by a Hong Kong-based company called Billionsoft. And that's when they started making new Bubsy games. So if you've ever noticed that, like, the new Bubsy games have this weird off-brand quality to them, it's because they're literally Chinese bootleg Bubsy.
Yeah. Bubsy deserves better.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just gonna let me through. Boy, wouldn't that be the day.
Well, it's not bootleg because it's a fit, you know, they own the license, but it's not the same company is what I'm trying to say.
Is it Halloween already?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that Bubsy with tits.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that was a thing I found on Google image search, and I sent it to Mega Man Burger in DMs like a year ago.
Oh. Mega Man Burger, I would like to apologize.
You would like to apologize on my behalf.
That mask reminds me of another monster. I can't remember what monster. But what would be another interesting skin for him?
There's not that many skins for the Angelo Knights, unfortunately. Especially Cavalier Angelo, because I believe this is like the only proper fight you get against him. Yeah, the Bubsy... Yeah, he asked for Bubsy with tits, and he said it was hot. So it's literally, oh no, he's hot! Hello? What the fuck? Accurate.
Another accurate one would have been, kitty, 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 I pet the kitty.
Kitty, 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 I want to pet the kitty. Do you want to pet the kitty? Yes, pet, pet, pet.
Oh, the V fight.
Unless you count the V fight, yeah. Well, the V fight was more with the horse than it was with the knight.
Oh, a Dracula mod would be interesting.
Yeah, Dracula mod would be cool.
Because like the right height proportions, the wings and everything, you don't have to mod.
Yeah, replace him with the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Dracula.
Yeah, like that would be amazing, wouldn't it?
Alright, time for Dante's most awesome weapon he's ever gotten. Also, hi Trish.
It's the Batmo bike.
It's a motorcycle that he dual wields as chainsaws.
I remember. This is what second game or third game.
You okay?
This is the only game where he gets this.
What game was it that he was dual wielding chainsaws or some shit?
That was Bayonetta, not this game.
That demon is...
Don't even think about it. Just rest. Dante! Take care of Trish for me. Dante, wait!
I had a mod lined up to use for the Cavalier bike, but I decided not to because it would just ruin the awesomeness of it.
What mod was it?
It replaces it with like a tandem bicycle.
That sounds amazing!
And I got another one that turns into the bike from Akira.
That sounds even more badass.
Dante's left.
Yes. And I don't think he can win.
What was that demon, V? Where did it come from? Urizen is not a demon. I know that for a fact because I'm from the underworld. My God. What are you then?
It doesn't matter. I'm a shadow of my former
Be
self,
brooding
lost
while reading a
everything.
children's Bible hits different.
It's heavier, doesn't it? Like, you really feel the stake of, oh my goodness, we're fucked.
There we go. Look at it. All right, time to find out V and Urizen's origins. Hey, it actually was a few weeks ago.
After defeat, the man's body was reaching its limit, breaking down. But
Funny, weapon 1 out of 2.
the man had a job that must be done. To defeat his twin brother.
Oh yeah, I changed the Yamato into a good body pillow.
Oh.
Dante.
What a weed.
He throws away the invisible scabbard. And in case you couldn't tell by the voice, yes, this is Virgil. Virgil, I think you're supposed to stick yourself in the pillow, not the other way around.
In order to defeat his younger brother, he could
Good lord, is that laughing like Mr. Popo?
He needed to separate man from devil with the strength of the Yamato. And eventually, the man became a true devil.
So yeah, V is Virgil's human half and Urizen is his demon half.
I've tried to hold together my crumbling flesh with what little demonic power I have left, but I'm approaching my limit. In separating and regaining my human soul, I've realized the gravity of the crime I've committed. I've realized how important everything was. Everything I've thrown away in my pursuit of power.
Is that why you went to find Dante?
Yes. Foolish. I thought that maybe he could change maybe fix. Maybe right my wrong. Tell me. Was this fool before you, right?
I'm not your mommy, V. You're a big boy.
Too easy. I was gonna say something, but too easy.
And you need to see this through. Dante's War.
He's having fun with it.
Oh, hell. Wouldn't you?
I mean, part of me still wants to get my motorcycle license. Oh, the right amount of crunch.
Yeah. Leave it to Capcom to have some fucking spectacular sound design.
So,
Last Saturday, you derailed a stream and made the streamer talk about Home Depot.
How did you make the streamer talk about Home Depot?
I
have
would say something about that, but I feel like that would be playing into your trap.
Let me guess. What's your favorite kind of saw from Home Depot?
I mean, I've never really shopped at Home Depot, but I've gotten some stuff from there as Christmas gifts because my aunt works at Home Depot.
Oh, the orchestral Home Depot theme. I mean, I like Home Depot. Like, some of the stuff that's in there is easier to find. At least the one I go to is easier to find things compared to Lowe's.
Like, I've always been my family's always shopped at Lowe's because that's just more common in the areas I've lived in than Home Depot.
I have both nearby. It's just for me, like, I go out of my way to go to the Home Depot near my aunt so I can visit her sometimes. But I noticed the Finat store better than any other Home Depot. I see the barns outside, the little storage stuff. People actually use them for actual housing, and it's not safe.
Well, yeah, because they're not meant to be houses. They're meant to be storage sheds.
Yes.
I know you're probably going to criticize me for the way that I use Cavalier, but that's because I haven't experimented with it much.
Oh, that block crunch. Oh. The multi-hit. Wait, you didn't shoot at the wait.
That was from my rocket launcher.
So I wonder how high you can get the monster in the air. Shoot it with a rocket launcher.
There's actually a challenge that... There's a secret mission that involves not touching the ground for a certain amount of time, and Cavalier is perfect to use for it.
Really?
Because Cavalier is really good for juggling. And because its animations are so slow, it's easy to stay in the air for longer.
Oh, that's just it. It's in this level, in fact.
Yeah, it is in this level. I just can't remember. Like, I'm no good at finding the secret missions in Devil May Cry games. You can do this mid-air, too.
Yo! Yo! You're bringing the 90s into me heavy.
Real talk, you know what vibes Cavalier gives off to me in terms of like manifesting anything you can think of as a weapon that would be totally something a 90s anti-hero would do? It seems like something Spawn would use as a weapon.
Oh, hell yeah.
Then again, Spawn mostly, like, when he wasn't when he wasn't using, like, spectral powers, he was just summoning guns.
Yeah.
But, like, it seems like something one of the Hellspawn from Spawn would do. Or hell, it seems like something Ghost Rider would do.
That's what I was about to say, Ghost Rider.
I don't know why my first thought wasn't Ghost Rider. Like,
you know who?
Why would I go to Spawn before Ghost Rider when it comes to motorcycles?
Because both of them could. It's easy to see both of them doing this.
Like Ghost Rider, he has the Hell motorcycle thing.
Yeah.
But like, Ghost Rider does do that. I forgot. I haven't read any of the Ghost Rider comics. Yeah, I know, fake fan. And I've only seen the first movie.
Oh, you just make me think of the parody that they played seriously.
You know, it actually, this ties into Devil May Cry now that I think about it, because there was a Ghost Rider video game that was basically a Devil May Cry clone. Like, one of the few things I know about Ghost Rider, other than the fact that there's multiple Ghost Riders, is that, like, there was one time where, Ghost Rider tried to use the penance stare on Deadpool, but, he was, like, so overcome by how traumatic Deadpool's life has been that it reverted him back into human form.
Like, when I say the parody of Ghost Rider, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Can't think of it, right?
No.
Ghost Writer.
Oh, no, that wasn't a parody of Ghost Rider. That was a... Are you talking about, like, the old, like, semi-educational, show?
Yeah.
That wasn't a parody of Ghost Rider. It was a pun on the term Ghost Writer, meaning someone who writes stuff without credit. Like, that had nothing to do with the Marvel character Ghost Rider.
Really? I saw it all the time, and I was like, no, I am not this.
No, it was just like a, like, semi-educational Monster of the Week supernatural show.
They could have had so much fun with it.
Well, I mean, it was made in the 90s, so Ghost Rider hadn't hit that mainstream popularity yet.
I just thought of something also.
Like, not to say that Ghost Rider didn't have a fandom in the 90s. Of course he did. It's just that, like, your normie person didn't know who Ghost Rider was.
I'm pretty sure that Ghost Rider is Drake's favorite TV show still today. So context for the joke is that Drake has a
Ghost Rider. Drake and Rice Gum are both big fans of Ghost Rider.
That's their favorite shows.
I mean, does it really surprise anyone that Drake has a Ghost Rider? He's mostly a pop artist.
Yeah.
So that's not really, you know, surprising. Like, it would be more surprising if Eminem had a Ghost Rider.
If Eminem had a Ghost Rider, that guy is talented.
Yeah. It would also make me question which ones were written by the Ghost Rider, because it would be like, okay, who's responsible for the line about him shoving a gerbil up his ass?
When in doubt,
it raises so many questions too, like Rap God and all that.
Yeah.
But it would be funny if like Rap God would be a collaboration.
Rap God's got some rhymes that you don't think got some not rhymes, but like bars that if anyone other than Eminem were doing them would come off as whack.
Yeah. Hey, Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah.
Is it wrong that I wouldn't want to look a little Kool-Aid fountain? Obviously, one that's easy to clean, you know?
Yeah.
Actually, let me check Amazon if they actually have a Kool-Aid fountain.
I mean, all you would really need is a fountain that you would run Kool-Aid through.
I found it.
Did you know that Adult Swim's website used to sell a replica of the blood fountain from the house in Metalocalypse?
Yo.
But it was like over $1,000.
Dude, Nostalgia 3-tier party fountain holds 1.5 gallons, LED lighted base, and includes 8 reusable cups. So they have the deluxe one, which is like the clear one. Then they have like a stainless steel cascading fountain.
Okay, real talk. You want to know one of my favorite bits of attention to detail in Devil May Cry 5? Because you can customize Dante's loadout, you can enter a stage as Dante without any guns. And if you play as Dante with no guns equipped and you press the shoot button, it makes him do finger guns.
Yes. Also, you know what this monster reminds me of?
What?
Halo's Arbiter.
He does kind of look like one of the elites. I know that's not actually the race name of Halo, but I'm not into Halo lore.
I'm a little bit into it. That's why I said
it's like
Arbiter.
Sankeli or something like that. I don't know. I never got into the story of Halo. I just like shooting stuff.
But yeah, dude, if we had a model swap, yo, that would be for it.
Genuinely, that's an enemy that I always forget is in this game because it appears so infrequently.
Hey, check that car real quick and see if my Amazon delivery came in.
It's not an Amazon delivery van, so no.
Believe it or not, sometimes they use third party.
Well, yeah, I know, but they wouldn't use a blank white van. It's too sketchy.
Didn't before they got like their blue vans, they used white vans?
I wouldn't be surprised, but they would at least have some branding on them.
I need to look that up later because I don't. It's like one of those things I don't remember, you know?
Yeah.
And the Muda, and I've seen the train, and even though I know it's a steamroller.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Oh, I know why. Maple Story, they have a character that throws fucking trains. Just like Dio in a way, but throws like 30 trains at the enemies.
Well, Dio doesn't throw trains. He beats people with steamrollers.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like an homage to the steamroller thing, but the psychic character throws trains. It's a combination of that and Akira.
Does Akira have many trains in it? I haven't seen Akira, even though I've owned the Blu-ray for like 10 years now.
I don't remember too much about it. I've only seen it once, and the main thing that comes to mind is really the ending at the football stadium, or the baseball stadium.
Unless you're in a different difficulty, then you can't ever have enough Furies. Yeah. That's the approach that Devil May Cry tends to take to its difficulty scaling, is that instead of and something that Bayonetta does too, is that instead of just like making it so you take more damage, it puts harder enemies throughout the game.
Yeah, because you said Furies, you just reminded me also I need to get the balanced Fury in Maple Story. You're making me remind me like, oh, I need a quest.
Not to be confused with furries. Which I've gone on record saying this, and I'll say it again on stream. I will admit I'm a furry the day that Mega Man Legends 3 comes out and offers a satisfying conclusion to the trilogy.
I mean, you can just say Mega Man Legends 3 that comes out.
You see, I add that qualifier of offers a satisfying conclusion to the trilogy because last time people begged and pleaded for decades for a third game in a series, we got Shenmue 3, which ends on a cliffhanger. Just like Shenmue 2 did. And it underperformed so badly that we're never getting a Shenmue 4. Like, I am by no means a Shenmue fan. I didn't grow up with it. I find it a bit too clunky to get into. But, like, I can only imagine how pissed you would be if you waited over 20 years for a third game in what you think is a trilogy just for it to basically not advance the story whatsoever. And just piss around for its entire runtime.
I actually know how they feel because we got a third game in the Vanderheart series on the PA. Not like 20. It wasn't 20 years, but it might have been maybe 10 years or so, right? Or close to it. And it was we got a third game in the Vanderheart series, which was the prequel of everything. It is not fun. It's boring. You literally have to grind in this game, and it's like the original game, you didn't have to worry too much about the levels. I got to the end, and it's like, okay, I need to grind more.
Like, when I say that Shenmue 3 has an unsatisfying ending, it's like, okay, so like, to my understanding, the Shenmue series is like spending its whole time building up to a final confrontation between the main character Ryo and the man who killed his father, Lan Di. And Shenmue 3 finally has that confrontation. You've spent the entire game getting stronger, learning new techniques to finally stand a chance against Lan Di. And then he wipes the floor with you and runs off.
Yeah.
And the game ends. You don't even land a single hit on him. That's how much more powerful he is than you, even after a whole game's worth of events.
Yeah, we talked about it too. And it's like they should have had a final battle where, like, even if they wanted to run into that, have him being like hobbling out a little bit, like out of breath, like
Well,
you improved.
What I like is like Super Eye Patch Wolf did a fantastic video on Shenmue 3 and why it's a disappointment from the perspective of a longtime Shenmue fan. And he wrote his own ending to it where he would play by Yu Suzuki's rules of it not offering a conclusion to the story, and Lan Di would not be defeated. It's like, he still overpowers Ryo, he still gets away, but Ryo uses the very first technique that you're forced to learn to progress through the game, the body check, and lands a hit on him, showing that there is a chink in his armor. There's a crack in his defense. Ryo could possibly beat him if he keeps on training. Like, that would be, narratively, that's a better ending.
Oh, I agree.
Rather than, oh, you waited 20 years and got invested in seeing how this story plays out, and to the point where you helped crowdfund this third game that even Sega didn't want to be involved with. Well, you got a third game, but doesn't advance the story for jack shit. You're right, like, it would be like if Beautiful Joe 3 came out all these years later, and instead of Joe saving the world a third time, it was just him training.
That sounds like a lot of fun. You can hear the excitement in my voice. For me, though, when it came to Vandal Hearts, it was I know the first. I don't know about the second game because I never got a chance to play it. Right. Yeah. But the first game, if you use an archer, right, the archer can do more damage in 2 different ways, and you can combine those 2 ways to basically have a third way, right?
Yeah.
So you want to have your arrow. You want your opponent to be at the very end of your archer strike, and you do more damage, ignoring side attacks and back attacks, right? Yeah. If you have a higher elevation, you can do more damage, especially that way, right?
Yeah.
So if you have a higher elevation and you have it at the very end or near the end of the archer strike, you do way more damage. You can even one-hit some of the monsters that are that do more damage to you if they hit you. And it also has a rock paper scissors mechanic, where bow beats sword, sword beats magic, and magic beats bow. I have to double check. It's been a minute. But then you have subclasses like archer does more damage to the Skylords. The Skylords do more damage to the sword users, so on and so forth. None of that is even apparent in the third game. They just made super generic tactical strategy RPG.
Ah.
That tells you how disappointing that was, doesn't it?
Yep.
But the only character name I even remember is Tobias.
Alright, I can do this. I just need to bullshit it.
Use the power of the Beepus.
You know, I'm probably doing this a harder way than I need to. I could probably enemy step to get up higher. It would also help if I... Oh. It would also help if I had air hike. See, that's the problem with me playing DMC. I always wait until the very end to get air hike, long after it's really useful.
Go, stay in the air for 15 seconds. I'm just gonna jump over you. Fuck your rules.
Okay, so enemy... I forgot. You have to buy enemy step in this game, don't you? Shit. I'm kind of fucked here, aren't I?
Hmm.
High side also works. Keep in mind I don't know, like, all the attack names. I'm getting there. Like, I do not have an encyclopedic knowledge of Devil May Cry technique names. Let's see.
Taco Stealer.
See, I've got high time. High side. In midair. Okay. I gotcha. Oh, I see what you mean now. Oh, that was piss easy. I can't believe it took me that Damn. Damn.
Lord have mercy.
Thanks for the tip, my dude.
That's what we call
That's what we call a. That's what we in the Vine Sauce community call a mug moment.
That's a real gamer moment right there. I don't know why, but those red crystals things, they for some reason are giving me Skyrim flashbacks.
You know, I know that the red orbs look like, you know, screaming faces when you look at their models individually, but when they're, like, popping off in clusters like that, when you don't get to look at them up close, you know what they look like to me? Those Japanese star candies.
Oh, yes, 100%. Also, I love Japanese gummies. They're so much softer, you know?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So much more flavor, but I think they use... They also use less sugar, so they're not as, like, overpowering.
Well, yeah, because in Japan, they don't load everything full of sugar and fat like we do.
Like America, yeah. It's actually more pleasant, if I may say.
They also use more natural flavors than we do.
Yeah.
Like, if you try Japanese grape-flavored stuff, it actually tastes like grape.
Oh, 100%.
As opposed to tasting like artificial grape.
Oh, okay. So, I was talking to this black lady that owns an African shop at the mall, right?
Yeah.
You know those cheap like $1 drinks you used to get at the corner store, the ones to be like in a little barrel.
Yeah.
When I started mentioning that, she said, "Don't talk about them artificial drinks as this packed full of sugar." I'm like, "Well, they made childhoods." Like, yeah, they did, and they saved mama some money. And you know what I said? You know what they tasted like? It's just like artificial flavoring. I'm like, no, they actually tasted like colors. And she started cracking up.
Alright, time for a really big scene here. You know they've made a running gag out of Dante getting impaled once per game?
Yeah.
Impaled with his own sword once per game?
Hey, what's wrong with you? Hey.
Well, Dante's at his home now.
Hey, Dante!
The demonic power was activated in me once, when Virgil lovingly jammed this through my chest. I always wondered, why did my father give me the rebellion?
Okay, what are you muttering?
Over the years, I've been stabbed and jabbed by a number of things. But who would have ever guessed?
Have you lost your mind? There's a demon to destroy! Kill yourself later! I'll help!
If the Yamato can separate man from devil, then what about the rebellion?
Wow. You are absorbing the Sparta!
So yeah, that demon we saw earlier that rescued Nero from Urizen, it was Dante's new Sin Devil trigger.
Ooh.
Which is basically a super mode for his super mode.
Dude, I just thought, looking at his back, right? The way the wings are?
Yeah.
Dude, Gundam model. Easy.
And now we're back in the present. And get ready to see his new sword.
Son of a bitch. I knew you couldn't be killed that easily. Hey, he's all yours. But don't let it become a habit.
I feel the same way when I eat too much food. Little brother.
There we go!
Oh my... Fucking hell.
The Devil Sword Dante! Someone clip that. That's too great. Alright, so here's how Sin Devil Trigger works. Is it doesn't charge on its own like a regular Devil Trigger does. You have to sacrifice part of your Devil Trigger gauge in order to charge up Sin Devil Trigger. Sin Devil Trigger is super powerful and has its own exclusive moves, but as a counterpoint to it, it lasts a lot less. Unless you get the shit beat out. Well, yeah, it charges when you get hit, but it doesn't charge like, you know, from crystals and stuff like that.
I clipped it. I'm gonna put it in the server.
Thank you.
No problem.
Oh, and we also get these new spectral swords as weapons. For some ranged melee combat. It's not often that you can say that.
You're defeating Urizen a pillow fight.
Yep. See how much stronger Sin Devil Trigger makes you and why they had to put so many restrictions on it?
Yeah. I mean, you could make someone bleed by hitting them with a pillow, right?
Also, brilliant bit of, like, how some simple audio edits can hide someone's identity. Urizen here has been voiced by Virgil's voice actor the entire time. They just pitched his voice down.
Yeah. Holy crap, I just realized it looks like a skull almost.
Well, it is a hell tree.
Yeah.
The Clive Fog is revealed in its entirety. This inconvenience matters not.
Hey, that's a bloodbath.
Oh, he left the chair behind. My chair now. You say damn Power Rangers, and you have no idea how hard it was for me to resist the urge to change to use the mod that changes Virgil into the Quantum Ranger and changes Nero into the Black Mighty Morphin Ranger.
I wonder if Jason David Frank was still around, if they would have had him in the...
That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Oh boy, time for the best part of the game.
Well, looks like no one's worse for wear.
I know what's coming up, and I'm so fucking excited for it.
I'm just gonna double check.
Hey, where did that garbage god go? What is Urizen after?
He's at the top of the Glyphod.
It's the other way around.
That was started early? Yeah,
This is the lowest
long
level
story.
of the Glyphod's upper echelon. Human blood is the source of demon's power. The fruit born through the Glyphod is even more dense.
I mean,
than the blood that
Ruben Langdon wasn't a Power Ranger, but he was a stunt actor on Power Rangers.
So it works.
Yeah, well, that's a lovely story and all, but...
Oh, there's also a picture going around showing the original stunt actors and actresses.
I'm Nicoletta Goldstein. Sound familiar?
See, she's got her nervous stutter that her dad had.
Nell Goldstein, the gunsmith that made all your fancy weapons that you got strapped back there. Yeah, there she is.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, your grandmother, Nintendo.
All I got from her. But based on this research, I managed to cobble this.
I was going to do a mod that changes this hat into Cappy from Super Mario Odyssey, but no, it would ruin this scene. Ready? Video games peaked at that moment.
By the way, I clip in the but yeah.
Oh no, an ad right at that moment. Fuck, I'm sorry. Hey,
No thanks. I've got all the power I need. Right here.
Oh no. Let me know when the ad's over, cause
time is a luxury that we can no longer afford. We must chase after him.
I didn't see the ad because I was in the clipping menu.
What? Does that mean you're going too?
I have a duty to see this through.
You've seen it enough, though. Okay, damn.
I'm gonna go my way, and you guys can go yours.
Yeah, Blammy Boy. My official stance on like ads on Twitch is that like my official stance for ads on Twitch is like if you want to use an ad blocker, please go ahead. Like there is an ad blocker out there right now that is specifically made for Twitch ads, and I endorse using it because, like, even if I were to get rid of the ad scheduler, they would still play pre-rolls. So it's pick your poison.
Yeah.
Alright, who are we gonna play as for this level? Are we gonna play as V, Nero, or Dante? The correct answer is Dante. Also, I just saw that one of the mods I had installed for this run-through didn't work. Where it was supposed to change V's title from the Devil Hunter to the Dead Weight. Alright, time to invest in both Dr. Faust And Gunslinger. Let's see, I could invest in, nah, wait, Yeah, I could do Swords Formation. Yeah, Dr. Faust breaks the game if you want to, have an easy way to grind for red orbs. Like, Dr. Faust's whole thing is that it's risk versus reward. Because, all of Dr. Faust's attacks cost red orbs to use.
One foot in front of the other.
But you gain more red orbs for setting the hat onto other enemies.
Oh.
But you also lose red orbs if the hat is set and you take damage. So, like, you can win big or you can lose big.
Why does this remind me of something also?
There, I just put a hat on him. Sword Formation is a badish upgrade because Devil Trigger uses it anyways. Forgot about that. It's been a while since I've gotten this far in Devil May Cry 5. 4 is the one that I know the most.
Yeah, it stinks.
Well, 4 and 1. I'm by no means an expert on either one of them, but they're the ones that I've played front to back the most.
You love the freaking, What were some of the other mods at for the sword replacement?
The only sword replacement mods I've seen, apart from one that changes Rebellion to its Devil May Cry 2 design, they're all for the Devil Sword Dante. And a couple others that I have are one that changes it into a stack of Monster Energy cans.
Oh, God.
And it's called Dante's Boomer Juice. And one that changes it into the Ultima Weapon Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts 3.
Okay, I like that one. So yeah, that thing's back. Reminds me of one of the monsters from Jumanji.
I haven't seen Jumanji, believe it or not.
Oh, it's not bad. It has its moments. I don't know about it holding up in 2023, but it left off.
I'm sure it holds up just because of Robin Williams.
Oh yeah, like his acting is always great, right?
Like, I feel like the original Jumanji is probably going to hold up better over time than the sequels have.
I don't even remember it being the sequels.
They started coming out in the late 2010s, and it's like the board game updated itself into a video game.
Yeah, the thing is, like, they left off on a cliffhanger for the original. Which
yeah, there were plans for a sequel to the original all the way back in the 90s, but they never got to properly follow up on it.
Yeah, like, I was disappointed by that, because I was looking forward to the sequel. I remember that. But after a certain point, it's like, yeah, it doesn't need a sequel. It doesn't.
Wasn't there a Jumanji TV series, too?
What?
Because that's how I discovered Jumanji, was that there was a Jumanji, like, children's TV series.
I never knew that.
It was in that period of the 90s when like everything was getting a cartoon adaptation. Like there was a Bill and Ted cartoon, for God's sake.
That I remember. You know what game they should have made a thing for?
What?
Connect 4.
You joke about that, but in the 80s there was a Rubik's Cube cartoon. It was called Rubik the Amazing Cube, or something like that.
I'll say fuck.
Very
That's
accurate.
my response.
Very
That's my response.
very valid response to Rubik the Amazing Cube. Like it was a cube that it was a Rubik's Cube that had like a little like elf goblin face. And it floated around and it talked. It was generally a horrible abomination that defies both man and nature.
So it was just discount Orko.
Basically, yeah.
That's when everyone was trying to make an Orko.
Yeah, this was the it was the period of the 80s where everyone was making cartoons just to sell toys. So any toy line got a cartoon.
I can smell that piece of shit from up here.
Rubik's Cubes had just come out, so why not make a cartoon to advertise them?
Yeah. The Mega Man Burger said it's honestly weird how like going for a novel about a board game to Dwayne The Rock Johnson meta video
Yeah, like
game.
it had Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Kevin Hart, I hate that I'm forgetting her name, but Nebula from Guardians of the Galaxy, or if you are more cultured, the 11th Doctor's first companion from Doctor Who. I've
Those are right,
forgotten her name
Miles.
because it's been so long since I've watched Doctor Who.
Yeah, like Jumanji
I'm
is
guessing my
supposed-
laundry is done, so I will be right back again.
I'll keep them entertained. Novel volume that has a regular's Trish and Lady. So
I'm
this
back.
one, welcome back. So yeah, we just found out that Devil May Cry has an animated series.
Yeah, I know. That's where Morrison and Patty debuted.
Yeah, I didn't know what date, and like, so I had to look that stuff up. That was like,
Like before Devil May Cry 5, people were really debating like where it fits into the canon. Especially because none of the characters from the anime until Devil May Cry 5 had appeared in a Devil May Cry game. But now we know, and knowing is half the battle. The other half is extreme amounts of violence.
Violence. Violence. Violence.
Violence or violins?
Yes.
Get air hiked too late. I refuse to get air hike until the last moment because that is how I play Devil May Cry. I know, I'm the most frustrating, second most frustrating Devil May Cry player to watch. Nothing's ever going to top Darkside Phil's playthrough of Devil May Cry.
Oh, God. Don't remind me of it. Or any of his playthroughs.
Last I heard, he was in some beef with Keemstar. So, you know, let them fight.
Yeah.
Because they're both awful people.
I'm still annoyed at the Kingdom Hearts thing he did. And the Ratchet and Clanks thing. Level's always the same no matter the difficulty. That's good to know.
Yeah, the level design doesn't change depending on difficulty. It's the enemy placements and enemy types that do.
Honestly, that's a far better way of going about difficulty when you think about it in the long run.
Oh, hell yeah. That's why I think that Devil May Cry and Bayonetta both handle difficulty scaling a lot better than like a lot of other hard games do.
Like, in all honesty, like, they make the enemies in most games, instead of doing, you know, amount of damage, having to do like 30 to 40% more damage, right?
Yeah.
If you're going,
like, usually it's like the most that they'll do when changing up enemy formations and enemy placements is like easy mode will have less enemies overall. And then it's just like from normal onwards, enemies are the same like placements and types throughout the whole game, but they just deal more damage.
Yeah.
And you deal less damage sometimes, depending on depending on how cheap the difficulty is.
And sometimes you'll have less HP as well.
Yeah.
Like, my whole thing is, if you're going to do buffs like that, have it be where your HP stays the same and only make the enemies do 10% more damage and have 10% more health. Which is not a lot, but you will feel it, and it won't feel like vaguely artificial, you know?
Yeah.
But of course, I like this method a whole lot better, simply changing the placement around. I like that better. Maybe
and
that
another
with, like,
aspect
5%.
that Devil May Cry and Bayonetta games tend to do is the harder difficulties are unlocked by playing on like whatever the highest available difficulty is.
Yeah.
So you have to prove that you can handle it before you can actually play it.
Oh, they said no. The enemy, everything.
Oh, the enemy
is the
placement
same.
and everything is the same on this level. Just the damage is different. Okay. I haven't actually bothered to try out higher difficulty levels on this game. I typically don't tend to do that on Devil May Cry games because I'm satisfied with the challenge on normal. Like I'm not like one of those hardcore gamers that like seeks out hard games to play. You know, unless it's Dark Souls, in which case, yes, I'm playing that because it's legendarily hard.
You just made me think of something funny for a difficulty setting.
Yeah.
Mom, it's dark in here.
That genuinely sounds like it would be the name of a difficulty setting in like a 90s first-person shooter.
Yeah.
Like how the easiest difficulty in the original Doom is called I'm Too Young to Die. Or how, if you play Postal 2, they named the easiest difficulty setting after Senator Joe Lieberman. It's called Lieber Mode.
Oh, God.
Where it's not just the easiest difficulty, but it also censors all the gore.
Make the easiest difficulty setting game journalist mode.
Yeah, that's the one that everyone jokes about. Where actually, now that I think about it, there was. I'm trying to remember what game it was where, like, if you play on the easiest difficulty setting, it just auto-completes certain sections for you. You know, apart from Spider-Man for PS1, where it does that on kid mode.
Blemmy said, do you know how to do the judgment in SDT?
I haven't really... Like, SDT comes in so late in the game. I haven't really experimented a lot with it. Like, you can get by just using basic attacks, but I know there are a lot more complex maneuvers you can do. I just haven't put the time in. I could probably check my skills list for that.
Oh, gun and melee.
Gun and melee, okay. Also, I believe it's this level where you fight the King Cerberus, right? Because I have a mod installed for the King Cerberus.
Oh, does this say same time as when the clear screen move?
Yeah, it's a screen clear. It's a screen nuke.
Ah.
Like most of Sin Devil Trigger's special abilities are screen nukes.
For some reason, the little...
So it's which mission is this is mission 13, okay, so we might not get to King Cerberus today. But I do have a mod that changes what the King Cerberus boss looks like.
You didn't make it look like the Cerberus from Kingdom Hearts, did you?
No, that would be too obvious.
It is not the puppy form of it.
I'm not spoiling it.
It's not Dodrio, is it? Because that would be hilarious.
No, like that would be too much of a pain in the ass to rig.
Yeah, I know, but it would still be hilarious. You know, if someone made Dodrio the Cerberus, you know they have a very big fond love.
Well, there's only one mod for King Cerberus, so that's the one I'm using. Right. I'm thinking one more mission and then we'll call it a day. I was gonna say call it a night, but it's not night.
Hmm.
Damn. Just a little longer. Come on. I must go before he loses completely.
I choose you, man, is here. Yep. This is if I remember correctly, this is V's last level, isn't it? Because like his story pretty much ends here.
Yes,
yeah,
Blamey boy. I'm about to say bombastic boy. That's like
Mr.
the song.
Bombastic.
This is fantastic. So, tell me, why do I feel like listening to Shaggy while eating blooming onions?
Because it's always a good time to listen to Shaggy.
While eating blooming onions?
Hell yeah. It's always a good time to listen to Shaggy.
A little longer. Hold on, just a little longer.
I am stumbling, but now I'm just gonna run. Fine. Now we're playing Subway Surfer.
Bruh, there's a video from Asai that I need to show you where, like, he was doing a grind that was getting boring on Clone Hero, so he, like, put up some Subway Surfer gameplay for people to watch while he was grinding.
Oh, God.
And then, like, he added more stuff on top of that, like, SpongeBob dancing, Family Guy funny moments compilations, Minecraft gameplay. Like, all this stuff covering up the screen. And the Subway Surfer gameplay wasn't even good either.
Oh my god.
Hi, Malphus. You forgot about Malphus, didn't you?
She got a mouth on her.
She got 3 mouths on her. Because she got 3 heads. And 3 torsos.
But bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers stuffed into the crust? That's just stuffed crust, my dude, but still, that sounds good.
This dimension.
Hello? What the fuck?
Hey,
Like-
Lulu.
Hey, Lulu. But yeah, now I want some New York style pizza with jalapeno poppers and bloomin' onion. Frodo over here making me hungry.
You know what I'm in the mood for?
Hmm.
I want 2 number 9s, a number 9 large. I've actually got San Andreas now, because I was able to legally procure the original versions.
Oh, good.
Of the Grand Theft Auto trilogy.
Perfect.
Like, I had to buy the definitive editions in order to do that, but that doesn't mean I ever have to play the definitive editions.
Yeah, fuck the definitive editions.
Yeah, it was a thing where, like, during the first year of the definitive edition coming out, as an apology for the abysmal state that the definitive editions launched in, if you bought it on the Rockstar app. But, okay, we're busting right now.
The funny thing is, this really works for the boss fights.
Yeah, it does. Because we're basically busting ghosts.
Yep.
We're busting again, okay. It's hard to bust and fight this thing at the same time. Busted a 3rd time in a row. Please, no more busts after this. I'm getting busy.
Okay, what about this instead?
Is it John Dacre? Joke's on you, I love this song! Oh boy, another bustin', okay. I've had some time to recharge in between busts.
I like how the bus is just shy of the KO. I mean, I have like 9k points. I just like to save them up a little bit.
That's one down.
By the way, that reminds me, I forgot to...
Kitty. Do you want to pet the kitty? Yes,
Yes,
I want to pet
the kitty. Pet. I still have the redeem for Fantasia Potion up, but I'm not going to be honoring requests for that because, like, it's a little awkward to use that current version of the Maxine model, given some personal circumstances. So, like, if anyone redeems that, please, like, mods, please refund those redeems.
No problem.
Like, I'm looking at getting a new model for that designed. That doesn't have any baggage attached to it.
Don't go toward the light.
Now, you see, it's kind of Capcom tradition to have, like, rematches against earlier bosses in games, but I think Devil May Cry 5 puts an interesting spin on it by having V fight bosses he never fought earlier in the game.
Yeah.
So you have to change up your strategies when, especially when fighting, what's her name, Artemis here?
Yeah.
Because you don't have the Devil Breaker to actually get up to her.
She's gonna shoot in the face with bird projectiles.
Bird projectiles.
Damn.
That's why I'm. Yeah. Bird projectiles. That's what they're calling bird shit now, right?
You saw what I was going with.
Yeah. And now that we have Griffin, can get some of these orbs that are just out of reach. If I can remember how to get up there.
Climb!
Climb down! She has the flying laser tits, right? Yes, that's Artemis. You know, based on the optional gun you could get in Devil May Cry 3.
When you think about it, one of the most common tropes for boobs are the
either lasers or missiles.
Yes. Or machine guns. I still like that trope though, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Austin Powers sold me on machine gun jubblies.
Same. Count 2 seconds before what you normally would do. You should be fine.
That works.
You got the blue fragment.
Yep.
Now, kids, what do the blue fragment do? Dude, imagine playing Devil May Cry at like.
You can still use the cane port? I forgot about that. Damn, I did that the hard way.
I mean, you're hard-headed, like I am.
That's a very friendly way of saying I'm a fucking idiot.
No. Dude, I'm hard-headed too, so you're calling me an idiot. Why are you gonna burn me like that, bro?
I know I am, but what am I? It's a good thing that I didn't have the Kanata mod installed for Goliath this time, otherwise the frame rate would go to shit. Because, like, it cannot handle, the game engine has so much trouble handling, like, the additional polygons needed for, Kanata's schoolgirl uniform.
I mean, it still was a funny moment for that time.
Yeah. Tenchi Gorilla. Amane Kanata. Stando Power Zawardo! This is the one with the cool finish. They're all cool finishes with V.
Yeah.
Watch this. It's a fucking kaiju battle.
I love this. I still think one still is when he just brings the cane down the harpy's chest, all the way down to the tail. I think that's still my favorite, just because of how brutal that is. You know. Bowser's inside story. Dude, that would be a cool mod for that boss. Bowser mod?
Yeah, it would. Speaking of Bowser, did you see that Christina V put out a cover of Peaches from the perspective of Bowsette?
I have not. Yo. Now I wonder how that song would work in the perspective of Yoshi. I'm pretty sure I got people like, wait, what the fuck? What did it sound like? Yeah, I got it would just be Yoshi nonstop singing about, yeah, that's that.
It would be singing about, he would be singing about literal peaches.
Yeah. But my thing is, would Yoshi actually say words, or would just go with the sound effects and Dork Yoshi? Yeah, or
Have you seen that video of like someone pitched down Yoshi's voice to make him sound like a regular dude?
Yoshi. Nope.
It is fucking off-putting. It's like Yoshi. Every time I see it say starring the DMC crew, I keep wanting to read that like the DMC crew. Huh.
DMC.
Dante Kong is here.
Dante Kong.
I mean, he wouldn't be the dumbest Kong that the Donkey Kong franchise has had. We still had Bluster Kong.
Wait, what?
Bluster Kong from the Donkey Kong Country cartoon.
Oh yeah, it's been a minute.
Bruh, if you like the Donkey Kong Country cartoon, you need to watch Return to Crocodile Isle. It's a fan-made short film based on the Donkey Kong Country cartoon that reunites the voice actors of the Kremlings from the cartoon.
Ooh.
Including the voice of King K. Rool.
Oh. So what's this mission?
Get to the end without touching the ground.
So this is just Flappy Bird.
It is. Yeah, Now I remember how to do this. It's like you've got glide part of the way there, and then use the cane teleport to get the rest of the way there. I can do this. It's just gonna take way more tries than it probably should.
Does it take tacos?
Use the shadow run jump. It's been a while since I've done this. I just kind of, like, brute force my way through it without any real strategy.
Wait, Tails, you actually have tacos? Fuck!
Almost made it that time. Got caught on a bit of that overhang.
Yeah, I saw. Very close, though.
Yeah. The thing about the shadow run and jump is that you've just kind of... There we go. You gotta kind of run in circles a bit. Because they don't exactly give you a lot of room here. I'm getting there. Just need to work on my timing. And I've also got to remember that, like, when you use the glide, it also boosts you up a bit.
Classic 2 seconds?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, why is it always like 2 seconds or 3 seconds? It's like that magical number. Yo!
It's because I didn't land on the blue orb.
It's kind of... It should be the proximity.
I mean, I don't mean to, like, you know, be like, how unfair. But, like, there was a mission just like this earlier in the game with Nero, where you had to get to the end without touching the ground. And, in that one, you just had to get to the proximity. This time, you have to actually land on it.
Again, it should just be proximity.
Well, it's also because V has a lot more aerial capabilities than Nero does.
I stand by my my remark.
Like, I can understand the idea behind it. I'm not saying it's a good idea, but I can understand the thought process.
I understand it also. The thing is, though, it also goes against things you're taught in game design. Basically, don't teach new mechanics if you're not, you know.
Well, this is a completely optional thing, so I feel like it's a bit fair.
Like, it's taught basically like you're taught before it was the vicinity, but then they change the rules on you.
Yeah, but it was also using a different character who has a completely different control style.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's one of those things that you could argue either way.
Yeah.
I felt like you hit it that area before.
I landed slightly to the side of it, so it didn't touch the hitbox of the orb.
Hmm.
You know what they say, hitboxes are a bitch. I don't know who they are, but I'm going to say that they say it.
Is coming to an end.
There we go!
It will all be over. Even Mundus failed to reign over the human world. Sure.
It wouldn't be a modded playthrough without at least one Thomas the Tank Engine.
We don't have the strength.
I know. But we must get through this. Somehow.
Quick, rip your dick out.
Also, I gave Nero a Nerf gun.
Why not?
Why though?
Why not?
Why not? Dare I say why not? Alright, that's where we're going to end today's stream. Well, actually, we're going to rate these people as stylish, because why would you not? Gotta see what my, which of my raid targets are online. Nini's online. No, we're going to raid, Timorial Imp as a thank you for all the times they've raided me. They're doing Duolingo.
Oh, speaking of Duolingo, that's something I gone.
Thanks everyone for tuning in at such a off-kilter time of day. Thank you, Kier, for joining me.
No problem, dude.
And I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, unpleasant dreams.